Great to have your company once again on NBL Now. We are taking a very good look at the Australian Boomers as they cruise their way through the Asia Cup. And I say cruise, Damon Lowry, as I say good morning and welcome to you, because that's exactly what they did against the Philippines late last night. 84-60, the final score. As far as quarterfinals go at tournament play, that's a pretty comfortable one.
Yeah, morning, Jack. Yeah, man, let's just be very clear. Our best is better than everybody else's in the Asia region. In saying that, teams are not going to roll over just because we show up. We're still going to have to make it happen. And that's what we've been doing so far in this tournament. We're getting off to great starts defensively. And that's what I like to see the most. We know we have offensive firepower all the way down the bench. But when you hold a team to a 28 points in the first half, like what we did, that team knows they can't win. As long as, like I said, we don't get too comfortable and get too ahead of ourselves, this should be the result.
It's a really good point. And Adam Capehorn spoke about that post-match last night. I mean, it's easy to be drawn to what we're doing offensively, and we'll talk about that in a second. But Adam Capehorn made a really strong point, Damon, and said, I'm really proud of the way that we defended and rebounded.
Yeah, absolutely smashed them on the glass. Can't really quote what Dean Vickerman said at the half, but continue to put our foot in their collective, you know what's on the glass, which is what we've been doing. Jack White is leading the team in rebounding. I mean, like I said, this guy's athleticism might be the highest jumper in all of Saudi Arabia. Eight boards a game. You got Xavier Cook's board, and you got obviously Magne, young Wessels. Look, man, the boards is no issue. What I really like to see was they had their main guy, import, Justin Brownlee, held him to 10 points on very inefficient shooting. So as long as we, like I said, collectively buy into the scout, which we did, teams are going to struggle to score enough points to win.
So if you haven't seen the game, which is why we're here, at 29-12, it was set up in the opening quarter, and it absolutely rained. It doesn't rain much in that part of the world, but it was raining in the first quarter last night. The Boomers knocked down 7 threes in the opening quarter. Jaylen Galloway, Jack McVeigh, Owen Foxwell, everyone was getting in on the act.
The three-point shooting has been exceptional. Now, I know this is the modern era of a lot of teams shooting a lot of threes, but we're making a lot of threes. And Jaylen Galloway, man, once again, he came into the tournament, into that game, shooting some astronomical 70% from three, which is just ridiculous. And then he makes his first 3 threes. Like, it's just getting way too easy. Finished with 4 made triples, but this time he had more help. Like you said, Jack McVeigh, he pitched in. Jack White come off the bench, hits a triple. Owen Foxwell hits 2 in a row. Look, man, like when we're shooting good from deep, you've got, I think, next to no chance of beating us.
And then you're right, that's the ultimate combo then, isn't it? Because as you said about the rebound count, we smashed them there, 57-36, beat them up on the O-glass as well. So if we're rebounding, Damon, if we're winning points in the paint and we're shooting the ball like we did last night, I'm not sure that anyone's going to beat the Boomers at this campaign.
Nah, we're Asia Cup champs, Jack. Yeah, I don't, Adam Capehorn can't say it. Dean Vickerman and Dave Patrick can't say it. But like I said, the very start after game 1, if we don't win this Asia Cup, then it's a major problem. But it's the way we go about winning. This is the thing. We're preparing for bigger fish to fry. We have to go through this region. You can only play who's in front of you. But the way we're going about it is fantastic basketball. The ball is being shared around. I really like the backcourt of Owen Foxwell and Dave O'Hickey. Yesterday, them guys had 2 turnovers. They both played about 21 minutes each. They each had 1 turnover. That's phenomenal guard play. I don't care who you're playing against. So when we get that kind of productivity from the backcourt, we got the great shooting, interior play, and where everybody's buying on the defensive end, this is just great basketball.
So let's talk a little bit about Owen Foxwell. Had 17 points. His plus-minus was in the 20s. As you say, really efficient with the ball in his hand as well. I mean, Josh King from Southeast Melbourne will be watching this game at the moment. This guy, Owen Foxwell, seems as though that international tournament play seems like it really suits his game. Is that fair?
100%. Now, a guy like Owen Foxwell, and I've said this before, belief in yourself travels. this guy, he's the kind of guy, it doesn't matter who he's playing against, man. We remember when he first came into the league, Jack. Remember that game when they was going up against when Derek Walton Jr. was going nuts? That shootout they had, he's guarding Bryce Cotton, making Bryce, really have to work for his points. And we're thinking to ourselves, does this guy realize how young he is? He doesn't care, man. His belief travels. So, okay, he's playing for the Boomers, big stage, Asia Cup, Saudi Arabia, hot as hell. It don't matter. He's going to come out there. He's going to take his shots. And, Jack, he even hit a floater a la Derrick Rose from the foul line. I said, okay, Foxy, calm down.
He was feeling himself last night. And then Galloway, we spoke about him a couple of days ago. It's impossible to ignore what he's doing right now. I mean, that is going to be such an interesting balance that Sydney, when it comes to court time or when it comes to who's playing minutes and roles and all that sort of stuff, because they are loaded, but they didn't have to factor in Jaylen Galloway for a lot of last year. The way he looks right now, Damon, there's a real world where he could start in that team, surely.
Oh, my God, 100%. Now, I was thinking like in my head, right? I'm Justin Brownlee. I'm a naturalized Filipino dude. I'm 37 years old. I've been scoring all my life. And then I got this 22-year-old guy guarding me. I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to show this guy that he's only 22 years old. Can't do it because Jaylen Galloway can defend as well as he can score. This guy's a complete package, man, on both ends. And I'm going to go one step further. Now, the main Boomers team, when World Championships rolled around, the Olympics rolled around, Jaylen Galloway is going to be 25 years old, man. I'm telling you, like you look at a guy like Josh Green, who we love. Can you imagine them two matched up together in Boomers camp? Jaylen Galloway is going to make some very difficult decisions have to be made, I think, down the road.
I just look at him and think NBA at some point. Like he's had a little bit of a look. He's been around the periphery before, but I think if he has a really strong NBL season, Damon, then you'd have to think that that's the next step for him.
Yeah, and he already had a little taste. Milwaukee got a chance to see him. Minnesota Timberwolves got a chance to see him. And everybody's watching our league now. So I know his agent is on the phone right now, probably fielding some calls. So, yeah, all he's got to do is stay healthy. The Sydney Kings, man, they're going to be tough to beat. And Jaylen's future is only going to get brighter.
So Saturday is the next encounter for the Boomers. They take on Iran. Time to be confirmed as we record this morning. I would imagine it's going to be another late one. So I would imagine you and I are going to be pumping some coffees in very early like we are this morning. But again, Iran, similar sort of situation, I would imagine, to the Philippines. I don't think they're going to have the size to be able to go with the Boomers.
Now, Iran came through, beat Chinese Taipei in a thriller. So credit to those guys. No disrespect in losing to us. They don't want to get embarrassed, and I don't think the Philippines embarrass themselves neither. So credit to those guys as well. They got a main guy. I think his name is Mahmoud or Muhammad Amini. He had 30 against Chinese Taipei. I think Jaylen Galloway and the rest of the dudes going to turn his water off. So he's 6'7". Like you said, the height is just not there. As long as we approach the game with the same defensive attitude, it should be no problem.
And then we shouldn't forget our friends from across the Dutch, New Zealand as well. They play Lebanon Friday at 2 a.m. You would think that on paper that they'll be too good.
Again, New Zealand's best, I believe, is the second best probably in the whole Asia Cup. So they need to come out and, and handle their business. And Jack, like we said earlier, man, it is setting up for one of our favorite rivalries, one of our favorite friendly rivalries. So, yeah, that's probably on the cards.
So that's what's coming up at the Asia Cup. Boomers in action in a couple of days' time. Very early start, I would imagine. But check your local guides, of course, and stay up to date with all the latest Asia Cup news at nbl.com.au and download the NBL app as well. Damon, it's been an early start for us. You go and run your 1,700 miles with your weight vests on and do all that crazy stuff and have a good day.
Good on you, Jack.